Hello there, Kyle Katarn here, coming back with another Star Wars reaction. Zero Company, the other Star Wars game that we're getting this year, just dropped the official gameplay trailer, and I'm very curious to check it out. Star Wars Galactic Racer is kind of self-explanatory. You know exactly what you're getting with a racing game. This is like a turn-based tactics game, and I have not played many of those. I really haven't, so I personally don't really know what to expect from this from a gameplay aspect. So hopefully this answers all my questions. But without further ado, Star Wars Zero Company gameplay trailer. Let's do it! Nice.
You wanna fight?
Clone Wars. Okay, yeah, totally turn-based. Get a bit of story here, too.
Intelligence was just briefed on reports of a separatist fleet massing in the Saralonis system.
Wait, Saralonis? Like the Bad Batch episode?
We need to make our move.
That's a deep cut.
You got someone?
Zero Company.
Okay, sweet. So we're like off the books.
You still got it, old man.
Nice. Is that the Ring of Caffrine? From Rogue One? Hell yeah.
Word Silius. Coil's been spotted meeting with local gangsters. Get
Coil.
down there, find out what they're up to. But please,
Yes.
do it quietly.
Everyone's super customizable too.
Short-range contact.
My team's got a contract to put an end to Fathom's plans.
I've been tracking
Droids.
Fathom for months.
Another
She's at the
Tognath.
center of
Let's
it
go. Okay, what's the Coil? He's a Jedi. He's got the Force.
All right,
Okay.
let's get a team together. I worked in.
Oh, and Umbaran.
I'm not in it for the credit.
Mandalorian, of course.
There we go!
Oh, this is sick. So you can build your own squad and customize them, and I'm down. Okay, and we're up against droids. Can we
Who's a
have
good
droids on our
operator?
team?
You knew the risks.
Was it just a random team member, or is that going to be a big part of the story that this guy died? That's one thing about these unit-based games, is that when one of my units dies, I already feel bad enough. Don't make me feel worse. Let's go! Oh! Okay, so it's all about strategy. It's all about figuring out the tactics. Yeah, I don't know about the gameplay, but I'm sold on this concept. I think it's going to be really fun. Oh, I can't wait.
Ex-noble. Ex-con.
And Umbaran and a clone trooper, they got a lot to talk about.
We're almost there. We just gotta finish this job.
Wait, Red Blade? Who the hell are we fighting? Nice. Nice, the hyena ship.
Skywalker.
What? What? Okay. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so it is still during the Clone Wars. We're not post-Clone Wars. For some reason, I thought it might be, but no. We've got the Republic. We got a clone squad. General Skywalker's over here. Yeah, this looks dope. I have a lot of thoughts about this. Star Wars games have gotten so like story-driven that it's gotten to the point where even if it's not the kind of gameplay that you're into, you still get to enjoy a brand new story. You know, the cutscenes are going to be gorgeous. These characters are pretty compelling too. I like the bearded guy with the sweet jacket. Like he's got a lot of Kyle Katarn energy, and it's funny how often Star Wars stories just boil down to a guy in a cool coat, right? Like that was kind of the basic vibe I got from Star Wars Outlaws too. Is like the thing, you know, there's a lot of things going for it, but at the center of it all, you've got a droid wearing a duster, and that's kind of carrying the whole story on its back. The rule of cool, but he's a cool character, and it looks like he's your squad leader, and you can just put together a squad of like there's so many things to choose from. Like I saw a Devaronian, a Dracelian, a Rodian, an Umbaran, you know, humans, clones, and everybody is customizable. They have like their own loadout, including like gear, weapons, cosmetic things. Like that's right up my alley. That's like I love being able to customize things in games. And there was even an R5 unit in a squad. Like, please tell me we can put a gonk droid in a squad. I would make a squad of just nothing but battle gonks, and we would win the day every time. Like, I probably won't be able to, but like, wouldn't that be awesome? I'm very hyped for the story and for the experience. I am like medium excited for a turn-based like tactics game, just because that's never really been my cup of tea as a gamer. But this is a chance for me to try it again. You know, maybe I'll be convinced this time around, because it looks good, just visually, and these locations, these planets. There's gonna be some pretty satisfying deep cuts from the lore as well. Like they talked about the Saralona system right at the beginning. That's a system from the Bad Batch Navi computer in one of the episodes. Like, we don't even go there. We just hear about it. I love that we got another Tognath character, and this time he's a Jedi. Like, the age of the Tognath has begun, apparently, because he's in, you know, we've got this character here, and then we've got the other one in Galactic Racer that we saw. You know, Ezreal Two Tubes needs to step aside. You know, him and his brother aren't the only ones in the galaxy anymore. Like, the Tognaths come from Rogue One, and speaking of Rogue One connections, the Ring of Catherine coming back. One of my favorite locations in that movie, and it's like a blink and you'll miss it. We're just there for like the very beginning when Cassian shoots that guy. But it's such a cool location, and I think we've gone back in the comics a couple times. I'm glad that it's going to be like an explorable, hopefully, location on the base. That's the thing about turn-based games. Usually you're on a fixed map, and you can't like explore in first or third person. It's all just like top-down, which is just a different format. But for me, visually, like, I like being able to immerse myself in the environment and like explore it. So it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of exploration in the game. It's all, you know, tactics and strategy on like a set map. Maybe there'll be fog of war, but either way, I'm glad that it's coming back and we're going to get some sweet visuals there. Yeah, this dude reminds me of like a combination of Kyle Katarn and like like Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy. Not quite sure what to make of that, but I bet he's going to be like a badass, and he's going to be someone with like, you know, like a checkered past who works for the Republic now, blah, blah, blah. And then Anakin at the very end, like, okay, so I guess we're going to get hero units too. And also the Tognath was fighting someone with a red blade for a second there. So I guess the Force is going to come into play here. I wonder just how they're going to quantify it in like a turn-based thing like this. You know, looking at this image, it's actually kind of interesting what they've done with Anakin's appearance, because they've tried to make it photoreal, but what he's wearing is based on like the Clone Wars outfit from Season 7 that he wears, and not either of his live-action appearances that we see of that same outfit. I wonder why. Are we just being super accurate to the timeline and saying that this is about when this story takes place in the timeline? Because we know it's got to be towards the tail end of the war. Well, if it's on the tail end of the war, then what the hell are the Umbaran and the clone going to be talking about? Because, like, damn, that could get real awkward depending on where he was stationed. Yeah, I think they're trying to use Anakin's outfit as a way of placing us specifically within the Clone Wars timeline, telling us that we're not quite at Season 7 yet, based on, like, you know, how long his hair is, but we are wearing the Season 7 outfit, which means it's, like, right about to be the Bad Batch arc. Maybe I'm giving them way too much credit, and this is not a continuity thing at all, and they just sort of goofed and lifted the wrong design. Also possible, doesn't really make a difference to me. I just noticed that they've taken, you know, two of these things don't quite line up, and I'm curious why. But yeah, I'm hyped for this. I think that Star Wars gamers are about to be eating good, man, between this and Galactic Racer. I'm super hyped for the cutscenes and the story and the customization element of this. I'm not really sure what to think about the gameplay, you know, being turn-based and stuff. I played Baldur's Gate 3, and I really enjoyed that, even though it was turn-based. That's like a tactics thing, too, right, technically? Tell me in the comments, compare this to Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of gameplay. Is this that same style of, like, I want to know what to expect here? Because if that's the case, then I probably will really get into it and start really enjoying this gameplay. So, you know, hopefully. There's hope. There's some hope for that. And it's not even like I hate turn-based games. I've just never been able to get into them the same way. So maybe it being a Star Wars game is going to bridge that gap for me. Let me know in the comments. Like, that's my frame of reference here is Baldur's Gate 3. And this game is coming out really soon. I heard August 26th. So I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready for this. Get mentally into the Star Wars gamer mode. I'm gonna have Star Wars games coming out my ears. I'm also not sure if there's any sort of multiplayer component to it. It would make sense, right? Like, it's all squad based. Just replace the NPCs in your squad with, you know, teammates. But I think the whole point of it is that you control all of the people in the squad and you make decisions that way. It would be a little bit harder if it was... Well, I don't know. It's coming out on PC. That's what I'll be playing it on. And I will stream it. So follow me on Twitch for that. But, yeah, no, this game looks awesome. And between this and Galactic Racer, like, whew boy, we're going to be feasting. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Check out the rest of the channel for more content, reactions, and reviews. Leave me a comment if you got a question or something to say, or if you have a Star Wars fan film to recommend to me. I'm trying to react to every Star Wars fan film out there. I've got a Discord server. There's a link in the description of the video, and that's a great place to send me links. I also go live on Twitch every week, playing all kinds of different Star Wars games. That's where I'm going to play Zero Company for the first time. So make sure you're following me on Twitch if you want to come along for that ride. Thanks again, and as always, may the Force be with you.